Yo, what's up, family? Before we start the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and share to any and everyone that you can. Just reading out there a little bit more. With that being said, let's get right into the video. All right, how y'all doing? I hope y'all doing good. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, make sure you take your shoes off before you come out. And I want to quickly thank you guys for 5K subscribers. That number still doesn't even look real, but job not finished yet. But I do appreciate y'all immensely. So this is the part of the film videos where I'm going to be looking at our guys' best and worst games. If you were wondering, I'm basing this off Basketball Reference's game score. These aren't his very best games and his very best game and his very worst game. I just picked the best game against the best competition and the worst game against the best competition. So that's how I landed at Florida and Duke. So I was really excited to watch this game because, of course, Florida were the national champions. Alex Connor was supposed to be a late first-round pick, but he decided to go back to school. And of course, they have Walter Clayton, who was drafted 18th by the Utah Jazz, and they have Elijah Martin, who was drafted deep in the second round. Also, I was really excited to watch this game to see how Kentucky would have Amari guard the Walter Clayton pick and rolls. I assumed dropped, which was right, but I did want to see how Amari just fared by himself against Clayton in these pick and rolls, and if he got switched on him. Just to tell you guys now, Florida did not go at Amari a lot. They ran a lot of pick and rolls at Carr, his teammate right here, number 7. So there's like 1 or 2 clips, but there's not that many. So here, Amari does a nice job using his wingspan, clouding that passing lane, so Connor can't get that through. Of course, pick and roll with Clay in there and drop. Ortega ices the screen, so he can't go this way. So they force him to Amari, but there's no space over here. So he dribbles, ends up passing it back to Con, then good defense by Ortega Owe. He gives it to Con, and Con is going to search for somebody, but he just ends up going into the post, and Amari blocks the shot. All right, so another reason why I was very excited to watch this game is because of Chinelu right here. He's the center for Florida. He's one of the strongest bigs in the nation and one of the best offensive rebounding bigs, energy bigs in the nation for Florida. And I feel like Amari responded very well to the physicality as the game went on. And here on the first play, he puts a body on him, but he doesn't move Chinelu away from the rim. Chinelu moves him. And Amari had a 29.7 defensive rebound rate this season, so him giving up an offensive rebound is rare. And as I'm doing this, Miles Turner just signed a $107 million deal with the Milwaukee Bucks, so that's that. So yeah, he gives up the offensive rebound, but Ortega always does a nice job fighting and continuing to go with the play. And he gets a strip, and then Amari Williams goes down. Well, they go down, and he ends up getting an and one off the offensive rebound. And Chinelu is not a scorer. He's not a post scorer. He had 10 points in this game, but I think only 2 or 4 against Amari. Again, this is very physical play, but Amari just places his elbow wrong on his head. So he tries to hit him, and he just missed. He whiffed on the hit. To be honest, I don't think he needed to do this. I just think he just knew how physical Chinelu is. But this is the last clip where it feels like the physicality got the best of him, but he was solid the rest of the game. All right, here he is being physical against the mismatch here. He kind of pushes the defense to guard his teammate, but then he shows really nimble feet with the pass and the spin move and the layup. And this is probably the biggest selling point when you're talking about Amari to the Celtics and his translation into the NBA is, of course, his passing, which I've detailed a lot. Appreciate you if you've already seen the film session. If not, I'll put it right here so you guys can watch that. But with our best players, Amari is going to be so dangerous because, like, imagine this is Tatum and or Brown's having a huge night, or Derek White has like 6 threes, and the defense starts sending 2 to them in the pick and roll, or they start trapping them, right? Amari playing with numerical advantages. Hey, I'm sorry. Bucks just waved Dame Lillard. That's actually fucked up. He just had blood clots. He came back to try to play towards Achilles, and they waving the man. Waving Dame Lillard that's crazy, bro. That's dead crazy. But hey, man, they stretching that contract finna be stretched for 13 years. But he finna get his bread though. But waving Dame Lillard and for him to be a free agent at some point is sheesh, bro. But yeah, where was I at? I think I said him playing with numerical advantage is gonna be crazy, and like in the short roll, like if he has any advantage, this is gonna be barbecue chicken for the Celtics because he is such a good decision maker. And here he gets in the short roll, he looks off the pass, and he gets a dunk. Again, here we have him as a hub. Kentucky's players did a nice job last season of cutting, and they had shooters like Kobe Bryant who the defense would probably think he would be going over to receive a handoff or like off ball screens to get a three, but he did a nice job leveraging his shooting ability and cutting, but Elijah Martin backs that out of there. And this is what I talked about earlier, him like adjusting very well to the physicality of this game. Again, Chinlu's really strong, and we saw the first clip where he got a body on him, but Chinlu pushed him under the rim and got the offensive rebound, right? This time he aggressively puts his shoulder into him, they bump, and he does not move at all. He does move at all. Kentucky ends up, he gets a hand on the defensive rebound. His team ends up getting the rebound, and then he goes down court. And listen, man, this 80% is a foul, man. 80% of the times that probably is a foul. I didn't see extension, but Elijah Martin is a strong, powerful guard, and this whole Florida team is physical. He's gonna do his job. He's gonna box out. Amari throws him, clears the way for his teammate to get an offensive rebound, and then he talks some shit afterwards like, hey, man, hey, it's a physical game. All right, so Kentucky runs a lot of Zoom / Chicago action where you have the pin down into a dribble handoff, and Florida was so used to seeing it already that this guy, I think this is Elijah Martin. I'm sorry that I don't know why this clip is so blurry, but as Amari dribbles to this side, it looks like they're going to initiate some zoom action. So Elijah Martin guarding the corner thinks that a pin down is coming, so I guess he's expecting a switch, but they don't end up switching and they don't end up doing the zoom action. Amari, a great quick read, so we'll take it away for three. All right, so this was just a really good horn set by Kentucky. It really utilizes Amari's skill set and the shooters and cutters they have on Kentucky, like Jackson Robinson. So here he is, free throw line extended on the right elbow right here, and Jackson Robinson, a simple curl cut. I don't think Thomas Howell knew that this was coming. I don't think Hugh knew that this was coming, and a great pass by Amari in a layup. And he cannot do this. So at this point, he already has 2 fouls. He cannot pick up another foul. Now, this turnover, of course, isn't his fault, but I mean, he was trying to stop a fast break. I get it, but his teammate is already there. Like, he can't pick up this 3rd foul right here. And I'm so glad that he had a good second half and it kind of negated this a little bit, but he can't make a mental error like this when his team needs him. Chinlu got that one box out where he moved him, and ever since then, Amari just took it personal and is moving him now. His teammates have to rebound too, because he gets 2 good box outs, gets Chinlu out the paint both times, and Florida still ends up getting the offensive rebound. But I love how he responded to the physicality in this game. Hey, man, I try my best not to lie to y'all, man. I try to keep it as true as I can. And when I told y'all in that last film session that he's the best passing big in this draft, this is every game. There's like 10 passes where it's just like, whoa, like a 7-footer making these reads, the placement of the ball, just how seamless his touch is as a passer is insane. And he also has chops as a driver, which make him even more dangerous in the DHO game. And if he's playing with guys like Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Derek White, when it looks like those guys are coming off for a handoff, the defense is going to react to those guys, which can aid his keeping ability on these plays and his driving ability. So Kentucky goes to this super double zoom action. I might just start calling this stagger zoom. They might have just created a new way to get into the DHO game. But Jackson Robinson is a really good shooter, so when Chinlu sees that he's coming off for a dribble handoff, he's probably going to slide to that and try to stop it. So Amari feels that contact. He tries to drive. He sees that there's help, so he stops, gets right back out, and then they're going to get it right back to him. And then we're going to do it all over again. Like, this is what a hub is, right? You run everything through him. He's the guy that's making the decisions, and he catches Chinlu flat-footed again. He spins, and he gets fouled. All right, here he does a nice job with his teammate already in the post, finding the open space for the pass and the finish. Man, I know our center position is in limbo, and I'm not saying this guy's a savior or anything, bro, but just give him a chance and just give him an opportunity to make mistakes, please. I beg of you. I don't care that we signed Luka Garza, Kata, him. I don't really hold Tillman yet. Y'all know how much I love Tillman, but after that knee surgery, he just didn't have a lot left. Give him time, because the things that he can do, like this is natural. All you got to do if you're playing with him is cut. Now, when I saw this happening, I was like, oh no, because I didn't know what was gonna happen. Now, Clayton almost hit this shot, but I feel pretty good about this contest. Now, Clayton is a shot maker, right? In the NBA, this shot is going to go down sometimes. It is what it is. But the pass, he just didn't get the assist, but it was an amazing pass. And then Walter Clayton walks him down. He does a pretty okay job. And here from half court, not half court, but from the Kentucky logo, our 7 foot, 260-pound center, taking the ball from there, driving, strong drive, and finish over Condon. Again, showing impressive touch as a passer, initiating his hollow action. And here, something he's most likely not going to be doing a lot of. I do think he's strong enough to back down, drop step, and get to his preferred shoulder. But he doesn't have a lot of post moves, but the strength is real, especially at the collegiate level. He finishes at this and one. All right, y'all. Sequence of a lifetime right here. And it's super hard not to be excited about a guy like this. The super unique skill set for a 7-footer. I know he can't shoot, but somebody that gets to the line as much as he did in this last season at Kentucky. The defensive rebounding, the passing is otherworldly for a 7-footer, and the nimbleness and the ability to drive. All of that encompassed into one stretch. So he has it as the hub, right? And he's just gonna run the offense. Everybody, constant motion. You gotta be in constant motion when he has the ball. So he lets Jackson Robinson goes through. He declines a handoff right there for a takeaway, but he turns, he knows, and he leads the pass to where he needs to be. Leads it to exactly where he needs to be, right here for the assist to a takeaway, right? Tough finish by him. So then they go down. I believe Elijah Martin shoots an ill-advised turnaround, and yep, he gets the rebound. And again, he's able to push and go coast to coast. So if the guards aren't available, it's okay. He can take the ball up and do what he needs to do. So then, bro, this shit is too natural, bro. That is a tight window. That is a tight window, and no hesitation, nothing. Puts it right where it needs to be. Another assist. So 2 assists in a row. So we got an assist, a rebound, an assist. They're gonna play defense here again. Elijah Martin, they get a steal. I believe Jackson Robinson shot this. Get past it. I believe Jackson Robinson shot this and he missed, right? But look who it is. Getting the offensive rebound and just getting him another possession. Now, 18 seconds on the shot clock. Played his heart out, so he's a little bit gassed, but it doesn't stop him from getting this offensive rebound and getting a foul call. So for an extended stretch of 1 minute and 14 seconds, he gets 2 assists and 2 not really a rebound because it led to a foul, but you can see the energy this guy brings and what he does for the team. And here he does a nice job pressuring Condon as he's trying to get some DHOs going, using that wingspan to cloud passing lanes. I thought his timing was slightly off sometimes as a shot blocker, or he's just like not that athletic, but I think Clayton did a phenomenal job of pump faking here because he was ready to go up. He was ready to go up, but then Clayton, the pump fake, kind of mistimed the jump a little bit, and he gets it over. All right, here we are against Duke. So this game, let me flip my page in my notebook. So according to Basketball Reference's game score, this was his 6th worst game of the season. He had 10 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, and he shot 3 for 12 from the field. So I'm like, damn. This is probably gonna be a super tough game to watch, and this is really going to show like the things that he needs to improve on and like the things that he struggles with, right? I just thought there was no way that I could come out of this game with a positive outlook, and goddamn it, I did. And I will do my best to try to show you why. So of course, this first play, we got him as the hub, and he's just, you gotta cut, man. You gotta cut, you gotta get motion, and great job by Jackson Robinson and Lamont Butler here. They do a nice job. So he, again, teams know that their zoom action is really good. Two games into the season, it was so much on film about Amari at the top of the key and him just having them guys cut, them doing DHOs with the zoom action and cutting. So Duke did a phenomenal job, especially in this first half, of off-ball defense and switching and making everything tough. Jackson Robinson does a nice job coming up, and as this switch pocket opens up, you see how he's on the inside of Tyrese Proctor after the screen. Amari does a nice job of recognizing angles and seeing where his guy is and where he can put the ball. So he does a nice job there, cut by Lamont Butler after the screen and the layup. Okay, so first person I thought of when I saw that he went 3 for 12 was, of course, Duke big Kamal Malawak, right? I was like, damn, he probably just tried to go at Malawak over and over again. He was just stopping that shit. Now, when I tell you guys, this was the only time where it was an ill-advised post-up. Again, 20 seconds on the shot clock, 21 seconds on the shot clock. You can get so much more offense. This is not the way, especially not against that guy. When I tell y'all, this is the only time that it was an ill-advised post-up. And I will show you guys why the 3 for 12 didn't hinder me as much. Yeah, he was forced into about 5 post shots, y'all. I swear to you. So, again, I said that Duke did a phenomenal job, especially in this first half, of their off-ball defense, right? and stand on cutters, stand on the dribble handoffs. Guys, it's 6 seconds on the shot clock. Jackson Robinson is now on the court. Ortega always now on the court. Kobe Bryant has Cooper Flag on him. Who else is about to do something? Nobody else is about to get the ball on this possession. Everybody's boxed up. He has the ball at the top of the key. He got to do something. If a team plays great defense and it's 6 seconds on the shot clock, you give the ball to your best player, right? That's what the Celtics do with Jason Tatum. When stuff goes wrong, give it to Tatum. Hopefully he can make something happen. Give it to Jaylen Brown. Hopefully they can make something happen. Pass it out to Derek White. See if he can bail us out with a 29-foot three, right? This is what happened about 5 times. That he can't, there's nothing else he can do in this possession. He has to shoot the ball. The 3 for 12 looks bad, but if you just get into the film, you see why things happen. Hey man, listen to me. Listen to me. The game is about a bucket, huh? The ball went in the basket. Listen, we talked about the touch. That's a straight moon ball to the back of the rim. I know what you're thinking. It's some bullshit. I know. But hey, I just need to know it was there. You do what you want with this information. And hey, just because it's Kaman over there, our boy not gonna back down. You still gonna get these post back downs. You gonna play good defense, but you gonna foul me and I'm gonna get the and one. And then look, he is a shit talker. Can anybody read lips? Hey, I love it, bro. I love it. Going against Milwaukee is not a small feat, bro. Scoring up now, he made this falling down. Again, you can do what you want with this information. Physicality, intensity, and he gonna talk some shit. I feel like that's what we need on this team. And look at this off-ball defense by Duke, right? So Jackson Robinson's gonna try to cut. In between this, they switch perfectly. Khan takes him. And then they try to get the ball to Kobe Bryant on the handoff, and there's just no space. So they try to go through like 2-3 reads. They couldn't get anything. The next play, they try to cut, try to do something. They get stonewalled. Khan is sitting right on Jackson Robinson. Nobody on the side is even moving. I know there's 14 seconds on the shot clock, but what else is he supposed to do on this? They can't get to Jackson Robinson. Kobe Bryant's not moving. Now, he's already turned his back. Now, this not against Milwaukee. It's not a horrible shot. And he, of course, we talked about his touch in the paint. He got to finish this shit, right? There was nothing else he did. Like, again, there's 12 seconds left, so fine. If you say that he could have just held out for a second and just tried to wait, I won't argue with you. But he went through reads on a previous play. All 3 of them got shut down. They tried some action over here. It got shut down. At some point, he had to try to make something happen. Another reason why I felt better after watching this game is I felt good about him defensively in drop, especially his hands. Like, I feel like his hands were amazing in this game. Here in drop against Con Nipple, he's able to get his hands on the ball and take the ball away. Then, of course, we talk about the ability to go coast to coast. Jackson Robinson either has to sprint for a layup. Okay, he's a phenomenal shooter, right? But if he's not going to go for a layup, he needs to be sprinting regardless. So if he's going to sprint, he needs to sprint to the corner. If he's going to sprint, he needs to sprint to the basket. Amari's going coast to coast, and he's looking at Jackson Robinson the whole time, and he's just jogging. And this is what we came here to see. This is exactly what we came here to see. Right there. Stop it right there. Now, there were about 4 to 5 possessions where our guy, Amari Williams, switched on the Cooper flag. He got stops on 3 of them. One of them, he wasn't on him too long for me to determine. Now, there was one. Now, Coop did not score on him this whole game, but there was one where he lost him with a pull-up jumper, but he didn't hit it, right? But there were 3 times in this game where Amari legitimately stopped Cooper Flag on a switch. And just like last game, how there was a 1 minute and 14-second sequence of him just impacting the game, having his fingerprints on every facet of the basketball game. Here's another one. So the ball gets loose, he gets on the ground. Kentucky has possession, so he gets another possession for his team. They get into their blob action. Let's go. They get into okay, I know we like Cooper Flag. All right, so they get into this blob action, right? So he kind of sets the first screen, but that's not where the first option is, right? Boom. Stonewalls Tyrese Parker. Jackson Robinson gets wide open for a 3. He misses. Look who's there. Over Cooper Flag. Jumps over Cooper Flag. Gets the offensive rebound. Kicks out to Lamont Butler. He swings for an open 3. Hey, man. Takes his time, and we ain't scared. I'm getting to that shoulder, and I'm putting that hook up off the glass. Hey, I left very impressed by his hands as a drop big. Look at another play where he's batting the ball loose. Now, I don't count this against him. That's just an amazing play by Khan. They're both on the floor, and he just has the wherewithals as he's falling. He gets possession and a great pass by Khan. But Amari did a nice job there. And again, all you got to do is move and cut. Constant motion, he will find you. Hey, man, I'm just a messenger. I'm just a messenger. Bats the ball down from Kamal Malawak. Switch on the Cooper flag again. Plays nice defense, forces him to do a spin move. Now, I would rather my big man meets the guy vertically, right? But he knocks the ball away from somebody again. That's the 4th time he done knocked the ball away from somebody. So his hands, I felt really good about his hands as a defender. They still scored, but he did his job on Cooper flag again. Again, Kentucky just went through every read. They got the ball up about 25 seconds. They got stonewalled on a THO. They tried to cut, and Duke switched perfectly. There's 10 seconds on the shot clock, and he's in the middle of the paint. Nobody's open. He gets the ball here, and they just expect him to shoot at this point. It's fine. 90% of these post-ups came from them going through their sets. Duke squashed all of them, and he was, hey, give the ball to your guy that you run everything through and hope he can make a shot for you. Against Malawak, it's super tough. Y'all remember I said he got 3 stops against Cooper flag? Game on the line. Hey, game on the line. Our boy getting it done. Now, I'm not sitting here saying he is switchable big, but I told y'all in the last film session that he was capable, and on occasion, he can do it. Against the best player in college basketball, 3 times, holds his own, and he wins the game here. But that is the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe, and share it in everyone as you can. Just view out there a little bit more. I will see you guys next video. This is Nick. Peace.